And also for my friends on YouTube, I am also streaming live to you guys in on YouTube. So both on Facebook and on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? Just getting things started. Got about 20 seconds to do that. Let me see if everything is going fine and if everything is also going live. Taekwondo, check, 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 double check to see if I am live indeed. Let me see. That's unable to play video due to the string of your. Oh, that's interesting. So I do not know if I'm live. That's interesting. Let me see. Ah, yes, I am live. Great, great. I am live. Thank you. So, okay. So, yeah, sorry about that. So, I had some issues with my internal um, um, internet connections because, of course, I am streaming both to Facebook and to Twitch. The reason why I'm doing that is just to let you know is that I want to focus mostly on Facebook during the show. However, I can actually show comments from both Facebook and from YouTube, so it doesn't really matter which channel you're on. For instance, Kathleen is in the house and she says that she can actually see me. That is great. I can also see your comment, which I find very great to see. So that is working like a charm, and I also see that my other friends are joining. Jordan, for instance, from Canada, is also in the house. All right, so welcome. What a week it was. Before I start the show, very quickly, I'll try to limit the time to like 1 minute. I went to Barcelona, Spain. I went to Subtecat, and I actually have this here on my this side, SAP Tech Hat, and it is a conference that is all about SAP products, which is not about video. It's about the enterprise stuff that you find there. So it might not be the most interesting thing for me, but it's my bread and butter, so that is also important to me. Anyway, it was a tremendously great thing, and I want to show you. That's the reason why I have my phone with me. I want to show you a small picture that I made, which was like phenomenally great at the if it lets me at the hotel that I was, and I'm gonna show it to you. It's gonna be a little bit shocking because I'm using an NDI technology for this, but let me show it anyway. It was really great. So this is how it looked like at the hotel that I was. This is the sunset coming up, and it is like very gorgeous. I was close near the plane, and this is just like immensely beautiful sunrise. I loved it. Just to let you know. So that was a cool start of this. Yeah, of that week. Went to see cool stuff, and basically had a great time. But I didn't see Barcelona. I repeat, I didn't see Barcelona. I was so busy with the event, and we're going to talk about the event in a different way today. So let's see. Kathleen says it's interesting. I didn't get notification from YouTube, only from Facebook. That is interesting. That's typically the other way around because Facebook is not that great in that. And Jordan says it sounded like fun. Yes, it did. And Kathleen is probably gonna say something about the way that it looks, the video, etc. And indeed, Jordan, it was not the golden hour, technically speaking. It was the hour of the sunrise. And actually, where I took that was really funny because it was at the hotel on the 20th floor. and I was looking out that way, but I could not do that in my own hotel room. I only could do that where all the elevators were. So I was actually standing there in the elevator shaft, well, area, and people are walking by. And if you look very closely, you see some casting going on when people are walking by. But it's still a great experience, to say the least. It was a beautiful sunrise. Hey, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I actually want to talk about some other stuff, and that is how you can, organize your gear if you do some on-location work. So let's get this started. And welcome to the show. Welcome to Taekwondo. My name is Petra Verbrugen, and if you want to support the show, go to taekwondo.net. There you can also support the show by giving a small amount, $5 per month, $10 a month, or $25 a month. I will be working on the things that you can get additionally, but it really helps to get this show on the road. So please do that. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you get notified when I go live, because I will go live very frequently. I also will do some vlogging and that kind of stuff, so I would really appreciate that. If you're on Facebook, then like the page. Don't forget to do that. That is really cool. Jordan says, and that is actually a very important thing, where is Kermit? Kermit, my cat, is... Yeah, he's actually in the studio at this moment, but I do not have a camera on him yet. But we'll talk about it later. He was back home one day earlier before I came home, and being away from his area is not good for him. He doesn't like that. That's definitely the case with him. But he was very happy to see me, and we slept very close to me tonight. Actually, he was sleeping right here at 5 a.m. in the morning. So I was actually on my chest, and I was like, "Ooh, I cannot breathe so much," but it was really because of that. Anyway, so what do I want to do today? I want to talk about preparation. So. Preparations of your gear, mostly about the gear, but before I do that, just a quick heads up on what's also important. So the first thing, and I actually prepared a little bit, is that please, Kieran, what you doing, man? Hey, yeah, what are you doing, man? Yeah, I want to see. Come. Come, you're alive. Come on. People are waiting for you. You're the star of the show. Whoa, you're sneezing, man. Yeah, he's sneezing, so that's not a good sign. So we'll keep that checking. I'll check that out for like 2 or 3 days, and if that's not going away, then I need to go to the doctor with him. But that's another story. Yes. So first and foremost, if you are doing on-location work, be on time. What I mean by that is not on the day itself, but try to prepare yourself on time. Make notes on time. Make like a diagram on time of what you want to do, how you want to do it. Do that on time. Don't wait to the last period, because that's not going to work. Also, if at all possible, check at your home if everything is working. So if you are using like these cameras that I have here, check them, hook them up to the wire, hook them up to your switcher. Like I use vMix, which I love. Hook them up front. Check if everything that you are planning to do is actually working. If you don't have it at home, then go to your facility and do that. It's really, really important, because one of the things that I've learned the last few weeks again is that if you don't do that, you will encounter issues. I'm talking about, for instance, VidSummit. That didn't work from the get-go. We tried things out. I actually have a picture of, and I have to look for it, but of the laptop that we wanted to use at VidSummit. We hooked it up. It was all going. It was going well for the first 30 minutes while testing, and after that, something went wrong. And I'm trying to figure out where I can find that picture, because that picture actually explains quite a lot. So let me see if I can show it to you. Yes, I can. There you go. Warning, GPU, not the CPU, but GPU overload. So that is really something that is really important. Hey Kermit, which is really important. Check up front if everything that you want to do is working like you are that you want. Also, make a checklist. The way that I do it is that I create a checklist like so, and I put them into the boxes that I use, right? So I like to organize myself. So for instance, this is my microphone box, which is just a plastic box that I can purchase at any different, at a very simple, store. And this box actually contains everything which is mic oriented. So I have my microphones, I've got my lavalier sets. Everything is in this box. What I typically do is that I write down everything that's in this box. I put it in, and I actually sometimes even put in like a very small flow diagram on how to connect things. Why? Because when you're on vacation, guess what? You are going to be like a little bit stressful, and you want to get things organized as quickly as possible. So that's the reason why. Kathleen says, "Whoa! I never seen that error before." Me neither. But that's what happens when you, assume that something is working. That's also the reason why I always test things out. Now, even if you test things out, there will be some surprises. But the more you test, the less surprises that you will have. So, just a quick heads up. So before I can move on, so first and foremost, be on time. What I typically do, if I am responsible for a production, I start 2 weeks in advance. 2 weeks. That is 2 weekends in advance. The first weekend, what I do is I hook everything up, check if everything is working correctly, and then leave it for a week, because there's always something that additionally needs to be done like a week later. But then at least I have everything hooked up already and working. Then I dismantle it, put it in boxes like these or maybe bigger ones, or even other stuff. But we're going to talk about boxes in a minute. And then I write down what's in it, and I write down like a diagram on what I want to do with it. Fiona is also in the house, but technically not in the house for us, for Tech Condo, because she is always cooking. And what are you cooking, Fiona? Because we want to know what we'll get. We love cookies around here. I'm just saying, cookies or chocolate or maybe some stew or some kind. I'm in London, so you can bring it to me if you want. And I love it when people are talking to each other. She says, "Hey Kathleen, how are you, my dear?" That is awesome. I love you guys for doing that. All right, so that's the first thing. Create checklists. Do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. Make sure that that's all taken care of. Ratatouille, nice. Okay. That's a part. Now you're ready to see that I put things in boxes. So boxes are really important to me. I have at least 5 of these, and they're all marked. So this is mic for microphones. I have also HDMI cables, SDI cables, that kind of stuff. And I really want to talk about cables also. If you have a cable, make sure that it's not dangling around like, you know, like this one over here. This is like dangling around and they get intertwined and it's like, ugh, it's nothing. It's really, it's so bad. But use these kind of stuff. Make sure that they are connected and that they are nicely organized so that you can actually just pick them up and use it like immediately. Okay, of course, if you have like these kind of cables that are not so big, okay, that's a little bit different. But this I didn't do this one right. So this is a lavalier that I have, and it's not a big one. But what you can do is just buy one of these. These are, I don't know how they call it. We call them. You know what they are, right? Please tell me what they're called. But you can reuse them very quickly, and then just wipe it around like so. This is a little bit of a too small cable, but you can just put them like so. Then make them, roll them up, and then just like so. This is already better than it was like 5 seconds ago. So it will help you Velcro. That's it, Velcro. Check, Velcro. We call it klittenband, which is a totally different word. So that's cool. And Kathleen says, cable management is such a hassle. Yes, absolutely. Cable management is a hassle, but it is a must. Yes, if you only have like 10 cables, you probably say, it's not important. But I have like a tremendously amount of cables. I'm going like crazy if it goes to cables. I have so much cables that I'm just even losing count of them. So, and I have also very long cables, like 100-foot cables, right? 30 meters. So this is even 70 meters. And yes, it's not rolled up nicely, I know, because I have thrown away the cables that were on this on this thing. Because this cable is much better. So I really wanted to have something that I can use. Now this doesn't look great at this moment, and that's because the cable has been lying around the house and it actually needs to get into the form. So I have to redo this part, and then it's going to be perfect. It's going to be really perfect. So if you have long cables, use one of these. These are so nice because you can actually just roll them off without any problems, and it's going to be less of a nightmare. Really, it's going to be such a better experience like that. Hey Floyd, what's going on? How are you? Great of you to be here. So those are the cables. Other cables are, for instance, your power adapters, that kind of stuff, right? We're going to talk about those power adapters in a minute, because at first I want to show you the more boxes. So you have the plastic boxes. That's where I typically use my cables and my small gear, that kind of stuff. That's typically in small packages. Now as you can see, I'm trying to get a little bit more space on my desk, because I want to show you something else, and that is flight cases. So this is a very small flight case that I'm going to show you, but flight cases, sorry, you probably didn't hear that. So flight cases are in different sizes. They are, well, the reason why they're called flight cases is that they are originally from the airplane industry. So if you have been in an airplane and you have seen the steward or stewardess or purser coming by with this trolley, that is a flight case. It is made from wood or aluminum, whichever you prefer, and or from wood, or like this one, this is just aluminum totally. So this is a box for my microphone, which is right here. So if you have a good piece of product that you want to make sure that it doesn't, you know, it remains in perfect condition, then you use these flight cases. Now, how does this look? Let me just swipe it around a little bit so that I can actually show it to you from my new camera. There it goes. And this is what it looks like. So it's fully softened. You can actually put in the microphone here, and it is in very nice. It's safe. It's going to be okay for the rest of the transport, because transport is the way that things can break. So transport is the first thing that can break, and of course the reuse of cables. Those are also things that can happen quite often, but it is important. And this one I didn't mark because it's actually marked by itself, but you need to mark everything you have. Put on your brand, put on your brand, put on your what it is. For instance, let me see if I can show it to you. Well, what I use is like a label machine. This one is empty. I need to get a new one. But a little bit of ASMR there. But what I typically do is that I put in the name of my company, which is Designiquel, which is a Dutch name. I know, so it's crappy. I'm gonna come back to you, Fiona. It's not as the way it sounded like that. So yes, so label it, label everything you have, because otherwise you will encounter issues. So for instance, here on this part, you can actually see what this is the name of my company right here. So this part here is the name of my company, and I also marked it with the digit 1 so that I know which one it is. But you can use it for everything. So and now we're going to go to another box, which is an even better box, and that's called a Pelican. But before I do that, there were some questions. So when you went overhead, I got echo. Ah, gotcha. Then I know exactly what that is. It will never happen again. See, it will not happen again. Thank you so much for that comment. I didn't realize that it was still on. Fiona says, when you change the camera, actually not so long a time ago, it's actually not a new camera, Fiona. It is a camera that I have been having for such a long time that I actually forgot about that I had it for a while. But it's actually my very first camera that I used for my live streaming, believe it or not. So it is a very simple camera, and I just put it right so that you can see it. So this is it right there. It is a Canon Vixia, or it's called different here in the Netherlands, but it's a Canon Vixia camera. It's a small camera. It's just a €250, $300 camera. It's not expensive at all, but it works like a charm. I mean, if you look at this, okay, it's a little bit off if it comes to the coloring, but this is not a bad solution, and you can see it. And if I can actually zoom into it from the system itself, so like so, and then you can actually just see what I mean, right? So it's a very nice product from my perspective. So yes, that is the one that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, so again, that is my camera right there, and loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. All right. Let me see. Better road cases work great too. Yeah. So next up is the Pelican, and now I need to zoom out again. That's a bit of a problem right in the studio, is that that thing is not yet in a way that I can actually do that fully automatic. But I need to get one of the last things, which is the Pelican case. This is the Pelican case right here. I'm just going to this shot. So this is one of the better cases for on the road. I'm not sure if this is what Jordan is referring to, but this is very, very sturdy. It is from plastic. It is really, really a good product. And Floyd, I think he agrees. Pelican time, indeed. Nice. So let's open it up, because this is another thing that I typically do, is that I have Pelican cases. I actually have two, and I want to have more of these because these are really perfect for organizing. And in order to do that, so this is how big it is. And if I go to the overhead shot again, and let's make it a little bit more fancy at this moment, like so. I can actually show you how it looks like inside. So, no, I cannot do that because you cannot see that. Let's do it like so. Boom. Oh, there you go. So if I open it up, I'm checking if you'll see that I have a piece of paper in here, and on this piece of paper, I actually put in what's in it. So here you have a camera. This is also a camera. And if you then look on the system itself, or the case itself, this is the camera, and this is exactly the same camera that I have as the overhead shot. So this camera that you see right there it's the same one that I have in my hand. So now I can actually see it. So this is the Legria HFR46 or the Vixia. It's the same one. It's an old model. It has been around for I think 7 years now. It has been a blast. I love it. Actually, come to think of it, I'm going to unpack these two, because this is going to be Kermit Cam going forward. So that is what I'm going to do moving forward. But what I said is also that you have to mark whatever you have. So for instance, for adapters, put in what it is. So this is for the hyperdrive, and the hyperdrive is this product right here. Actually, again, this is my brand name, my company name, and this is the hyper model. So I actually have that here ready to go, and I know exactly where it is. This, again, 2SDI, and so this is part of this product, which is a HDMI 2 SDI converter. So that's the way that I typically do that, so that I always know where to find stuff and what is part of what. So here you got a shortened version, DIY, which is the name again. And here you have, again, 2 HDMI, and that is also something that I can find easily back, that this is the product that I'm looking for. So this is, again, some organization that is maybe interesting for you, and I hope that is, let me see. Jordan says, does the Canon have a link port? No, it does not. It's only a $250 camera. It doesn't do a lot. It's just for baby shots and shots of graduations and that kind of stuff. It's really meant for home use and not for professional use. But hey, I mean, it works like a charm. So I don't care. And Floyd says, me too. I have 2 Pelican cases, and he loves them. And yes, I mean, if you have one of them, you're definitely gonna want more of these. So that is the boxes that I want to talk about. But it's not over yet. So let me get rid of this box again. So let me go to this shot so that you can see that I'm actually doing something in the meantime. Oops. That's that. That is heavy, especially if it's not the way that looks great. Kermit is now on the location that he will be on when I have this camera. So this is gonna be the next Kermit cam, which it's a great camera. Let me just say it like that. All right. Now so we talked about tagging them. We're talking so like put in your company name, put in what it is. If you have a box of HDMI cables, label it HDMI, label it SDI, label it power cables. I have a power cable. I have batteries. I have so much from these different boxes, and I didn't do that up front. I was very lazy. As a matter of fact, talking about lazy. I actually started a vlog, and that vlog was my first vlog, and it was talking about cleaning the house. So that was a little bit of a different thing than organizing your gear, but it's still important. And so if you want to see that, go ahead and check it out. It's on Facebook and on YouTube. So, but not now. Now it's time for the live stream. So that was a small part of, you know, of this. Now we talked about that tiling and this thing. But what if you misplaced it and don't know where it is? Like for instance, I do not know where my streaming PC is at this moment. Well, it's right there, but maybe I don't know where it is. Well, I have a solution for that. So I'm gonna go here in my solution. Right now, oh, that's a picture. Because I prepared it a little bit just in case. So I'm just going to try to get there and say, where's my streaming PC? Oh, here. Wait a second. I don't know if you heard that, but there was something, a bleep thingy going on. So I now know where my streaming PC is. I'm using an application for that, and we're going to talk about that application. But before I do that, I actually unboxed the product that I used for that. I did that already in the States. So I will be going out of. I will go into the Petra of 2 or 3 weeks ago that is explaining how things are going, and then I'll just come on back. Just let's unbox it. Okay, I'm still here in Portland, Oregon in my hotel, and I just thought to share something with you, and that is organization. So if you are doing an event, you have some gear and you don't want to lose it. For instance, you don't want to lose this beautiful camera, or maybe your laptop or something else. In order to fix that, I bought something at Best Buy here in the States, and it is a tile mate. That is what it's called. There are 4 tiles in this box. And at this moment in time, when you get these 4, you'll actually get a Google Home Mini for free. And the reason why that is so cool is that with this product, you can actually ask Google to find those tiles. So these are 4 tiles in one box. This is one Google Home. And additionally, I actually added also the Tile Pro, which is this one. This has 2 tiles in the box, and the reason for that is that this one goes 300 feet or 90 meters, and this one goes 150 feet or 45 meters. So these 2 can actually help you to find your stuff. And to do that, on the other side, you just use your phone to connect to it, but you can also use your Google Home Mini or your Alexa app, and I have both, so we're gonna definitely check that out once I'm back in the Netherlands. Hello. So I'm back. Sorry about that. Blah, 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 blah. I am back. So, sorry about that. I'll just repeat it. So, first of all, this was the product that we were talking about, the tile. It is a very small product, as you can see. I am using it for quite some things. I have it in my IRL backpack. I actually have it inside of my streaming PC, and this one I am also going to use after this show. But yes, so thank you so much for saying that you didn't have audio. Sorry for that. I needed to mute myself, otherwise you got a strange thing going on, and I thought I did change it, but somehow I didn't. I don't know what happened there. So yes, you can hear me now. That is great. And Kathleen says, I love the Google Home Mini, and so do I. Actually, the one that I showed you on the video is now in possession of my dad, because I already have a Google Home Mini here in the studio. Okay, Google, what's the time?
7:36, before the clocks go back.
Oh yeah, that's right. The clocks will go back this today here in Europe, and I have a Google Home in the living room, and I love it. I also have the other thing, the one of Amazon, which I'm not going to say the name of, and of course I've got Siri, but I never use Siri anyway, so that's something that I just do not do. But talking about Tile, so this is the product, and all you need to do is open up the application, and then you can just click on the button here, and it will automatically create a Bluetooth connection, and it will work, which is great. And I've prepared it for you for a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll try to go to my system right here, and let me try to open up a screen share. Unfortunately I cannot. Yep. All right. So this is what it looks like. And I think that you might have some audio there as well. So let me try to remove that too. All right. So okay. So first of all, the tile application. So this is the tile application right here. If I click on it, it automatically knows which tiles I have. So I have the IRL backpack right here. I got the streaming PC. I've got the iPhone, which is also in a sense a tile, and the home keys, which it says it has an error with that, and that's because this is the thing that I don't like about the tiles at this moment, is that if you have like an iPad, an iPhone, and maybe something else, and one of them is created on the other device, you will always have an issue. So I will have to redo that part, the home keys part, but still it is still a nice product. So all I need to do is go into here and say streaming PC. I want to find it, and it's nearby. That is great. That is nearby. Let's find it. And that will take some time to find it in some cases, and when you find it, you can just switch it off, and it is really great. On the other hand, if you're looking for your phone, you can actually press this button, which is I didn't put this in yet. So if you press this button, your phone will be ringing, which is totally awesome as well, because that's also something that I will lose occasionally. Now, granted, the way that I do it is on my phone. Oh, sorry, on my Apple Watch, because I can do that right. Like, come on, like so. That works also. But still, if you don't have an Apple Watch, you can use this application. Okay, so well, let me go back to where we were. So, okay, so this was the streaming PC. The IRL backpack, of course, is important. The phone, and of course, you can imagine that if you have big stuff like maybe an additional computer, or maybe you have a camera box, a camera flight case, you also want to know where that is. Now, it's not going to prevent people stealing it, but it will make it easier to find stuff, right? So that is one thing that is helpful. And what's also a thing is that, sorry, Kathleen says, my Google Max answered YouTube. Okay, Google, tell a joke. Okay, Google, tell a joke.
What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear.
Crazy. Okay, so that's a cool stuff. Now there's something more, and unfortunately, because where I live, it's a little bit going to be an issue, because Venray is not a big city; it's just a village. So tiles are not that extensively used over here, but you can actually click on the middle button, and it will automatically make a picture, a map of the gear that you have. So if I zoom out a little bit, you'll see that this is the area that is reachable. So if the product is within that area, it will show it off at that kind of stuff, which is great, right? So I have 4 tiles in my account, and you can tap on them to view the details. Absolutely great. But the real part, which is great, and now unfortunately this is not working because here in Venray, but if I go to my pictures that I've prepared, you are not hindered by only your physical location, because this is a screenshot. You can actually see that a part of my tiles were in the Netherlands, and my keys and my phone were in Barcelona, Spain, which is totally cool that that is possible with this product. It's even more great, and now comes to the cool part, is that if you are in Barcelona, for instance, you can actually see how much people, in this case 1,252 tile members, were in that area, that gray area, and they could help me in case I lost something. So for instance, if I lose my phone, if I lose my keys, if I lose something else, that area, which is quite a big area, can actually help me to find stuff. So it's really also a community-based product, which is, I think, absolutely fantastic. So that is the last part that I want to talk about today. In 2 weeks' time, not next week, we're going to talk about it, but in 2 weeks' time, we're going to talk about one more thing, and that is, and I have to get it again, and that is, there's also a little bit of organization, but this is going to be a full show talking about it, is that what I really loved about SAP was the way that it was organized for me as an attendee. So what they did is that they created an app, which is SAP TechAd right here. If I open that up, it will provide me information that I need about my agenda. So here you have my full my full agenda. So it started with an SAP executive keynote, the opportunity of a lifetime, analytics overview. So these are the times that's what I did the first day. This is what I did the second day. This was what I did the third day. Now the cool part was I created that agenda. How did I do that? To go into the session catalog right there and go through all of those sessions that I have here. And like here, let me go back to find a example. Here, I actually favored that session, and that came automatically to my agenda, which was great. I want to know a little bit more about the speakers. No problem. Here you got all the speakers that were talking during those days. I want to know more about Sandra Grazer. Boom. This is that person. In this case, it didn't have, but here, with a bio, some information about what kind of person that is. Also, a map. Where can I find stuff? So that was, I think, a very, very nice way of making it possible for you as an attendee to know where you need to go and that kind of stuff. Oh, there's one more thing. They also had a notification. So if there was lunchtime, they actually pushed down a message and said lunch will be served from 11:30 till 2 p.m. in Hall 7, which I think is brilliant. Love it. So what I'll do is that this is, of course, an iOS application. It's very expensive to make because this is a product that is really for bigger companies. But I actually have found a way to make it easier with a lesser amount of money, and it's then not an application in the sense of a iOS application, but it's a web-based application. But you will see in 2 weeks' time what you can do with it. We'll create together a application like this in a website. So I hope that you will love that. I will personally love that as well. So Kathleen says, love when expos and conferences create those apps. So helpful. Yes, it is really helpful. So that's all I have time for today. I really appreciate it, each and everybody, for being here. I try to cut these things short as always, but of course it's already 45 minutes in. Sorry for that, but I hope that it has been something that is useful for you, especially if you want to have like an event. But also, if you are having your own studio, you're building your own studio, you want to have things organized so that you can just pick and grab it. So now I have my camera so that I can actually use it to put my Kermit on the camera, because he's right here. He's right there, and I could actually put him on the camera, but so that's the way it is. Kathleen, thank you so much for being here, and all of you, thank you very much. Again, if you like this content, please, please, please like the page, comment. Also, behind After Effects, I will be there to answer questions. That's on both on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. I need 100 subscribers. I'm at 70 subscribers, so only 30 more. And if I have those, I can actually have a nice URL. So youtube.com/taekwondo. So that is great. Kermit will be on the video not next week, but the week after. Why not next week? Next week will not be a show, because next week I will be in the UK to meet up with some friends and some members of the community. And I hope to see you very, very soon. Have a good one. See you around. Bye-bye. See you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.